I have been loving Sinner's press run. Like, it's been amazing. But the one thing that has really made it above and beyond is Ryan Coogler's aspect. The film director really going out there and not just promoting the film, but breaking down his love of the craft of filmmaking and storytelling. It's made me want to see the film even more, because for him to be so passionate about a project that he's putting out that is so very personal and do what he did, because I did see it, it's worth watching and watching over and over and over again. Listen, really appreciate the fact that Ryan Coogler is out, and y'all know that man be low. So here are 10 plus reasons Ryan Coogler has increased my desire to see Sinners. Starting with number one, he is a student of the craft. If y'all saw that 10-minute video he put out with Kodak, number one, whose idea was it? Give them a raise, because he's not just talking about why he decided to shoot it in 65 millimeter in IMAX, which is a first for a Black film director, but he's breaking down the different strips of film. And he's also breaking down what that actually means. He's explaining it fully. A little bit under 11 minutes, you just audited a film class. And Proximity, which is Ryan Coogler's company, put out this really dope video with Ryan Coogler and his cinematographer, Durald. This is the second project they worked together on. And honestly, she deserves all the awards. She also, through this project, became...
You the first
Yes.
first woman to handheld an IMAX camera
Yes.
in a motion picture.
Yes.
Major release.
The reason I think it's actually bigger than just promoting Sinners, it's because I think it's going to have a major effect on theaters. We all see Standard, Dolby, IMAX. We all see these films. But if you have no idea what any of that means, why would you spend more money? So when he goes and he breaks it down, what you're actually seeing and what effects are happening, I really feel like he has officially enhanced and pushed you to purchase a higher price ticket, because you now know what you're getting. And now you're like, oh, okay, this is worth it. And y'all need to cut him some checks. Y'all need to cut him some checks, because I feel like I don't think any other filmmaker has really broken down why they chose to do this, what this means, yada, yada, yada. He does something like teaching that actually will have an effect on future theater going, in my opinion. That's number one. Number two is a conversation he had with Business Insider. And according to Business Insider, when he was deciding on what studio, because, you know, it's a little bit of a bidding war, where he was deciding what studio to go to, he had a couple of stipulations. You know, one was first dollar gross, which is basically saying that I start making money as soon as the film comes out, not when it profits. And the next one was final cut, which basically is I have the final say on the final cut of this film. And the next one, which I thought was super, super dope, is I want to own this film. After a certain amount of years, Warner Brothers will no longer own it. I want to own it. And so I don't know the full details of that, but according to Business Insider, they spoke with him and he basically said, this is a personal project to me. This one I want to own the rights to. And I think that it just really speaks to what this project is, which is really, really dope. So like, even learning that he's like very intentional of like, listen, if you're going to work with me, I want to know that after a certain amount of years, this is mine. And moving on to the third one is, you know, some people give away limited edition popcorn buckets. This man gives away limited edition film strips.
That's a special edition film print that folks are going to get if they go see the movie opening weekend
Beautiful.
at select IMAX theaters.
It's giving like you and a very select, you know, group of you will have something that most people do not have. I'm not a limited edition type person. I'm not big on that, but baby, I want it. Warner Brothers, please feel free to send it my way, because there's no IMAX near me, but I did already see it in IMAX and it's phenomenal. Moving on to number 4, he also promotes 5 specific theaters, but he pushed it in a way to say, listen, what we did was something super special. We got some real technicians to get you 70 millimeter 5-perf projections, which is basically saying it's vertical. So in the 15, it's horizontal. This one's vertical. But Warner Brothers and I work with these theaters, so we have it in 5 locations. One's in LA, 2's in New York. What's cool about the next one I'm about to say, one's in the Bay, which is one he grew up going to. And the other one is in New Orleans, which is the one that he would actually go to watch his dailies. So it's like, he's literally telling you, like, I was so intentional to make sure that, yes, it's going to be in all theaters. But if you, and he said, I love you, he said, if you could afford it, I love it. He said, listen, if you could afford it and you appreciate the art of film, go see it in IMAX, 70 millimeter, 15 per projects, which is going to be at 10 locations. But if you're in these locations, we have 5 theaters that are going to be playing it 70 millimeters, 5 per projects. Even if you don't love film the way some people do, you at least love his love for the art, because you know, if this person is this detailed and intentional about the way he's giving it out to the world, especially in 2025, we are battling AI. You absolutely want to support that. He actually is just saying go to the theater. Like the fact that he's like, I did all of this because I want y'all to see it in theaters, because we need to go to the theaters, because his love, like it's a memory embedded in him. It's the theaters. Ah, man, I haven't really seen anybody really take the time to explain why we need to go back to the theaters. And he said it like, listen, content is king, and we're very used to seeing it on our phones. And no shade to that, but this was made for the big screen. And it's like every single theater, if y'all have some record setting numbers, y'all need to cut this man a check, because he has been not purposely promoting y'all, but he's saying this is where y'all need to be to start seeing these movies. And it's like, could this be, a way back to the theaters? Because I ain't gonna hold you, I actually really do love going to the theaters to see some things. I do think some things do not need to be in the theaters, but I love going to see things on the big screen. It's something about it. Number 5, or this might be number 6, urgency. That man said, y'all got 2 weeks if y'all want to see it the way it was intended to be seen. 2 weeks. Once the 2 weeks are over, you won't be able to see it the way it was intended to be seen, which is a 70 millimeter on IMAX. But once it's out of theaters, you're not going to get the fully grasp of the magic that this movie is. The level of urgency that he has created without saying go, 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 but just saying like, listen, I'm telling y'all right now, this is what's going to happen. Da, da, da. Different. Even if you can't see it in the way that he wished, it's still worth seeing it right away. Why? Because baby, we about to talk about it immediately. I've been itching to talk about this film, like breaking down it on levels with other people. So 2 more things that I want to say. Number 1, we could talk about his accent because I could listen to it all day. Okay, Audible book some things, but also we could talk about the fact that like he definitely, sometimes you got to pop out in a show because we never really see him. So I think it's really been dope in general to see it. But one of the last things I want to say is I had the extreme pleasure of being on the red carpet. Let me tell you something. I was so adamant about being a part of Sinners. Like I wanted to do more, but I'm just so grateful that I was able to go to the premiere. I don't know who made it happen, but I'm so appreciative because I just think it is so important that platforms like mine and other platforms that really want to push our projects and our culture forward in TV and film have a place in these press runs. So I'm so appreciative of it, especially Worthy, because Yannicka, she really helped me out on a red carpet. Not to go too off board, but like anytime somebody overlooked me to go to a bigger brand or a bigger platform, if I would see her, I'm like, hey, can I get such and such? And she would, even if they pass me, she would pull me. That's why it's important to have people working on these projects as well as press that are working on these projects, because we're working together to make sure we're pushing this project out. So I just want to say shout out to that. But one of the questions that I was able to ask some of the cast on the red carpet was, I love giving flowers. If you can give flowers to one person on the cast and crew, who would it be? Everybody was like, girl, I can't do one, which I loved. And then every single person said the crew. Every single person was like the whole crew. This person in the crew just name dropping. I honestly thought Delroy Lindo was going to curse me out. I would have been okay with it because he was just like, you ain't about to make me do that, because everybody worked hard. Everybody did everything. But the amount of crew members that they were just showing love with, from the drivers to the hair and makeup, to the lighting, editing, everybody had a high admiration for everyone. And I just think that in itself speaks volumes to the production. But the amount of people that spoke well behind Ryan Coogler's back, that speaks highly of him. So as we're watching him on his press run, also the people working with him have nothing but admiration for him. Why wouldn't I go support that? Last but not least, it's not that this is what solidified it, but I'm just going to say this is what solidified it. If I hadn't seen it, I was going to go see it because of this. No, I'm just kidding. But he was on Sway's Universe, which if you have not seen the interview, go check it out. It's really phenomenal. But they brought up his wife, Zinzi Coogler, who was the producer of it. And just saying, like, I think it's beautiful that you're working with her. And he was like, that's not an option.
I need her. It ain't altruistic.
She's here. Zinzi is here too, man.
I just think it is. It's really beautiful, and for you to say that, like, I need her. I think.
No. Mike Muse. He said it's my best work, man. It's the one she had her hand in full time, bro. Like, I don't think that's a coincidence, man. She's the smartest person I know. And she knows me. She knows me better than I know myself at this point. After over 20 years of rocking with each other. So I mean, I couldn't do any of this. I couldn't do any of this without her.
I didn't even know they've been together for over 20 years. But I was just like, come on. And I think that, and I had this conversation with my brother recently, not necessarily romantic, but we were talking about friendships and the circles that you're in. And I was saying how it's so important to be very intentional about who you allow in your spaces, because they will help or hurt you in your journey. And I think so many of us have this loyalty, not understanding when you have loyalty to something that's hurting you, you have no loyalty to yourself. And to see him speak so highly of his wife, and then to know that he has worked with the same talent over and over and over. You know, him and Michael B. Jordan are on the dream team. Seeing him and Michael B. Jordan have their moments where they're coming together and having real conversations, I think it just really goes back to what I say about, you know, the company you keep. It really shows what happens when two people are really at the top of their game, but working together always takes their, you know, their talent up another level. If you know Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan are part of a project, there's a level of quality you automatically attach to it. And that is dope. But the cinematographer, you know, the music, costume, production designer, first time a Black woman won an Oscar for production design, first time, twice a Black woman won for costume design, was because of working with Ryan Coogler on the projects that he had. And I just want to play this clip because hearing how he talked about Autumn, Hannah Beachler, and Ruth Carter work together.
I just feel like you, Ruth, and Hannah were just showing off, man. You know, and then
if they don't get nominations for this, I'm done. Done. I think what we're seeing in real time is the work ethic of someone that's great. And not just because of the films he's producing, but of the intentionality he has behind his craft and his circle. This is a film that even if you don't understand all of the social commentary, if you don't understand all of the messaging and everything that he's trying to say, you still enjoy it. And that is the reminder of why I love this arena so much, because a filmmaker that puts it all out, blood, sweat, tears, puts his personal connection, and he's like, not only am I giving it to you, but I'm also telling you how to receive it with my team. Phenomenal. So his press run has really made me want to see this movie even more if I hadn't seen it. Seeing it was phenomenal, but then also loving the fact that they separated his press run with the cast press run, because it's like the cast is giving you the enjoyment side of it. You know, they play the games, they do this, that, and the third, they break down their characters, but he is giving you the technicalities of it. And it doesn't matter where you land on the side of it, whether you love TV and film or whether you hate it or whether you're not interested, you will find something enjoyable about this press run. And so everybody has been doing a phenomenal job. This is what happens when you market a film good and you believe in a film so much that you put the money behind the marketing. But it just really has made the lead up to it. Because I ain't gonna hold you. About a month ago, I said, come on, where's the press? But to see the rollout has absolutely made the anticipation really, you know, boil up among all of us. My threads is nothing but him. My platform is nothing but this project. And all I'm hoping is, because with its $100 million budget and expected to make 30 to 40 million opening week, I'm hoping that number is shattered. I'm hoping it's so underestimated that this changes the trajectory of how they view not only films and original storylines, but how we also market them, because it's something to make a project, but then also connect with the audiences that you want to go out and pay good money, hard-earned money to see. I appreciate when I'm seeing a project, then I'm like, you don't just value the work that you've done, you value the people that you want to see it. And so many projects come out, so many, and the shame is because so many lack a good press run and a good marketing. So many people just don't see these phenomenal projects. And we're sitting here like, I don't like this, I don't like that. And it's just like some of the greatest projects y'all have never seen. So I just hope people take away from this, however it does in the box office, that it already won in the hearts of us. The audience is already loving it, and so many haven't even seen it yet. So I just, shout out to Ryan Coogler, shout out to Center, shout out to Warner Brothers, shout out to everybody that had a statement, a finger, opinion, idea in this from the beginning to the rollout to even beyond, because I'm just so excited. Center comes out April 18th. Has anything or anyone during this press run made you want to see this movie even more? See it in the comment section.